hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense.
Some people call him an author. Some people call him a psychologist. Some people call him a public speaker. Some people call him a fighter for young black boys in the education system. In my opinion, he's a panhandler. Instead of standing at the corner by the light, he's just on Instagram. Let's get into the latest issue with Dr. Umar.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade. Intercontinental Ifa Tunde RB Jesus. Coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my...
Can we just say my Africans all across the world? Like, man, this is... I don't watch Dr. Umar's content. I really don't. And I don't know how y'all do it. How do y'all sit here and watch somebody say hi to everybody around the world individually and then hear him repeat stuff 3 times? How do you watch this stuff? But I got to do it because I got to make this video. But God knows.
Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother, King Kong. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen.
Okay. Didn't you say I contacted the bank and they told me they don't have any record of my account? And then the next thing you said is, so I called the bank and they told me my accounts had been frozen. How can the bank freeze accounts that they don't have a record of? Why is this same bank giving you separate information? Like, when people don't make sense, it's usually a lie. Okay? So everything else is It's just gonna look like a lie to me. But let's. I don't know how y'all do it. How can y'all sit here and watch this, man? How? But let's go.
And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa.
If I'm working with a bank, if I have my money in the bank, not only my personal account, but my business account, and my bank suspects fraud being happening on my accounts, not fraud by me, but fraud by somewhere else, and they send me a letter, I got a problem with that. You supposed to pick up the phone and call me. How long it take a letter to get to me? Why would you type up and print out a letter and put it in the mail and send to me and get to me in 2-3 days to tell me about some fraud? Well, you could just pick up the phone and call me. And then on top of that, if you know the fraud or potential fraud has nothing to do with me, why can't I access my funds? Does this stuff make sense to you? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. No bank works this way. I watch a lot of body cam videos. Check out the body cam videos where somebody comes into the bank and tries to cash a fraudulent check. That bank does not send that person a letter that's going to get to them in 3 days. That bank picks up the phone right away and says, hey, did you write this check? They don't send you no letter when they suspect fraud. What bank is this? Because if it is, if it's what he's saying is true, you need to get your money out this bank. They're not doing you right.
The 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested, because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me slash if you want to make a donation to the school. Hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. Now,
if my bank suspects fraudulent activity on my account and they freeze it to where I can't even go in there and get any of my money, they think I did something. That's the only way that this would make sense. Because if you know it's not me, why can't I get my money? I don't understand. Why can't you just open me another account with another number, another account number, another debit card number? Why can't you just do that? But if you freeze my accounts to I can't even access it, that means you think I'm committing fraud. Or suspect me of committing fraud. Whichever one. That's the only way this makes sense. It doesn't make any sense any other way. Because if you try to explain it any other way, it's a lie. Dr. Umar, we got the same last name, and you're not supposed to be rolling like this. How long, y'all let me know, how long has he been, talking about opening up this school? Let me know. But you gotta represent that last name right, and you're not doing it. Let's go.
With that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me slash paypal.me slash paypal.me slash paypal.me slash or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve.
And why do you think that's different? Because at this point, what is the money that you collected for this academy? What has it done? What boys has it helped? Name me one graduate, one student that has been to this school, sir. So obviously, the donations aren't doing what the donations supposed to be. Yes, you have a building, but from what I've been told, because I don't watch Dr. Umar, but I watch people who react to his content. So from what they tell me, you ain't did nothing, and you set a date. The school is supposed to open this day, and then right around that day, you'll come up with an excuse of somebody did something that made you have to push back the opening of the school. And that's been happening, the same routine, for years. So as far as I'm concerned, the money that you're asking for this school has mostly just went to you. But tell me if I'm wrong, you know? But yeah.
But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved.
I don't know. Y'all tell me, how many computers does he have in this school? In the building? I know he has a building. How many computers does he have in there? Can somebody tell me that? Because what you need internet for? With no computers. No classrooms. No students. What do you need? No teachers, no principal, no staff whatsoever. Why do you need internet? Is that what he's telling you this money is going to? To pay the internet bill? I wish somebody would call me and say, hey, Derrick, can I borrow can I borrow $100? For what? This building that I own that nobody's ever in, and nobody is there ever. No computers in sight. I gotta pay the internet bill for that place. My next question is, why do you have internet there? Y'all can't be falling for this. There is no way. There is no way we are falling for this. An internet bill at a building where nobody is there. No computers, nothing. The only device that enters that building is his cell phone. So he wants to be able to connect his cell phone to the internet when he's in the building for 5 minutes.
If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay, 215 or my PayPal, paypal.me/. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start, brothers and sisters, we will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you. Kenya, January, I'ma see you. FDMG is coming. We just got to lay down on floors, brothers and sisters. Lay down on floors, and we applying for a certificate of occupancy. I don't have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever. Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
This man just said he has no money, but he just named like how many? Like 6 cities he's about to come to. His bank gave him no time estimate when his funds will be unfrozen. But he's going to travel to 6 different cities. Look, I can understand at the beginning of this why you or why people would want to support this cause and donate money. You know, but at some point you got to put action behind your stuff. Okay? You have to actually open up a school. From the videos I watched where people react to his content, one video I saw where he actually took a tour through the school and showed us stuff. And one thing that I remember from that video is he was telling everybody like the doors that he put up were brand new and they just put up the doors. But then he says, all we have to do is paint the doors. No, you paint the doors before you hang them up. That's what people do. They don't hang them. They don't hang up their doors and then paint them. And in that video, from what I remember, he said nothing about floors. He was just talking about doors and painting walls and stuff. And now it's the floors. It's going to be something else. Something else is going to hold this man back from opening up this school. Because at this point, if you are a teacher, would you want to go work at that school? A school that's taken, what, 10 years? How long it's been? 10 years to get started? 10 years and they still got to put down floors? How long has this been? I'm just saying 10 years, but I don't know. Let me know how long has it been. But why would I want to go work at a school like that? Yes, it has a great cause and it's supposed to be doing something great. Educating our black boys, which is something needed. You know? But if I'm a teacher, which I'm already, the pay for teachers, we know they already don't get paid enough. Okay? So I need money. And I want to go to a school that I think is going to like be here in 5 years. Can you trust that even if he gets the school open and he puts up one day he's looking for teachers, as a teacher out of work, would you apply to work at that school? Even though the cause is a great cause, but you can't do that for free. You didn't go to school, get an education to work for free. You have to get paid. Can you trust that this school is going to pay you? Because the person who is ahead of it, we see that he don't know how to manage money. So even if he gets it right, even if he's able to open up the doors, the occupancy thing, is he going to be able to find teachers who want to work there? I know sometimes you put it in your mind, you want to accomplish something and you go after your goal. Yes, do it all the time. But at some point, if the goal hasn't happened yet, some point you have to be realistic. And you have to give up that goal. I think it's time for Dr. Umar to give up this goal. And I think it's time for you to stop donating to him, because it's not going to happen. Even if he gets everything right with the building, he still got to find teachers. He still got to find students. That's another thing. Would you send your boy to this school? You just gave birth to a baby boy this year. And by the time he ready for school, this school will be open. Would you send your kid to this school? If you are a teacher, would you work at that school? So because of that, first of all, he has to finish the building, and then he has to get teachers and staff who want to work there. Then he has to get parents who want to send their kids there. I don't think he's going to be able to accomplish all three. That's just my opinion. It might be time to give it up. But he's not going to give it up, because y'all going to keep sending him money. Thank y'all for watching this video. I appreciate it. I don't want to do Dr. Umar videos in the future. I really don't. But if my audience wants it, I have to give my audience what they want. So let me know if you want to see more on Dr. Umar in the future. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I'll see you on the next one.